In 2012, correlated surveys ranked us as the most unemotional people in the world, followed by a highs unprecedented marginal jump in 2013. I mean, for obvious reasons. I mean, we found out it was a competition lah. But on a serious note, what are the implications? Are we really unemotional people? Then again, if we look at the latest World Happiness Report, we've scored a ranking of the 24th happiest country in the world, with a much wider component range such as GDP per capita, healthcare, corruption, life expectancy, generosity, and freedom to make life choices, which by the way is gauged on one's qualification for abortion. Well, with all due respect, that's not exactly a happiness index, is it? It's more of a how are things index. Hey fellow Singaporean, how are things? How are things? Things are fine. But are you happy? Am I happy? I don't know. I mean, let me think. I'm currently in the midst of an identity and career crisis. I'm heavily alienated on an emotional and intellectual level by religion, which is continuously enforced on me. My best friend was ill-treated by a Catholic priest, and I've yet to come to terms with this. The MRT does not run for 24 hours. MediaCorp persists on producing content that patronizes the very intelligence of every 7-year-old in this country. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit traumatized and borderline suicidal. But hey, abortion is legal and Yong Tau Fu is generally affordable to the public. Yes, is the way to life. Fucking... I apologize. I seem to be endorsing a rather sarcastic, anti-establishment driven tone of voice. It's not me. It really is not me. I really am fine. You know, look, you know what? DPM Tharman, high tea, you and me, anytime, any place. You bring the sambar, I'll bring the vade. Look, if it's of any consolation, I have enough hair for the both of us. Anyways, I've taken to the streets to find out what really makes Singaporeans happy and if emotion and happiness is an issue. So here we are. Enjoy. Let's start off on a very micro level.
Did my mom send you here? Is this an intervention? Vinny Sharp.
Manny Pacquiao, isn't he like the president of the Philippines or something like that?
Do I look at you? Do I look at...
Put your right hand arm around his shoulder.
Right here on Lush 99.5. It's Elias with you on the evening Lush.
Dude, why do you always do this, la lama? I'm not your sound check guy. Hello, shooting chal rahi hai, shooting. What, you want a sound check? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
To get turned on by my own voice.
I feel our relationship has gone to another level.
Yeah.
Every time he makes a video of me, he makes me release some other secret to the whole of Singapore on YouTube, you know.
My ex-boyfriend was from AC. This is not going on air, is it?
None of this is going on air.
Thank God.
What's your name? Ranjit. Mohan? Ranjit. Malaysia Mohan Restu.
What intrinsically on a very micro level makes you happy?
What's the meaning of intrinsic?
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? You know what?
That makes both of us happy.
You know what really makes me happy?
Oh man, all those things in life.
How serious is it?
My girlfriend's gonna watch, you know, she might see this.
Jenna Jameson.
Dalcha in the dal.
Pineapple trees.
Sa Bangla.
Shoving things in my butt.
Chocolate man, 这个可以吃的吗?
Watching yourself dance.
I enjoy watching animals make mistakes, you know?
I feel very swathed in glory when an ACSI guy like pays attention to me.
Fucking like chameleon misses a step and it falls.
Finish, it will make me really happy if you get the...
I find I like to dip things into peanut sauce.
Free vodka shots. And when chicks come say hi, like
Every time when I see kids, I do get excited, but it depends. Good looking kids, not the ugly one.
When I was riding my bike all around Singapore, it was amazing. It was in...
being nice to people and people being nice to you, that makes me happy.
When I do my makeup and no one can tell, that makes me very happy. And I'm not wearing any now.
It's about the simple things that you do on a daily basis, you know what I mean?
Family, friends, laughter.
And taking a solid dump in the morning.
These are the kind of things that give me happiness.
Money?
Having a nice meal, some good times with your friends, some beers.
Money.
Or getting smashed. There's no reason to overcomplicate happiness.
What makes me happy on a day-to-day basis?
Actually, I'm not sure if my wife actually knows this, but
What?
I allow myself some...
Now that makes me happy sometimes.
It doesn't make me happy, I don't know actually.
I mean, if we have to do it, then we have to do it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, I mean, hell, too.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
That is the shit I enjoy.
What makes women happy?
To the ladies.
What makes us happy?
Other than myself.
Women, they're not even supposed to be happy. They're not.
Does anything make them happy at all?
Of course, why the fuck not?
You have to say no. It's the politically correct answer.
We can be happy sometimes lah.
I've heard, but I'm still skeptical.
Attention.
No, don't go there.
That's why I take selfies. That's why I posted on Instagram like hello.
I really do it just because it's a way of like expressing myself.
Not for you to comment or for you to like. It's just for me to look good. It's like my own personal portfolio to myself.
You know, it's all the littlest things. You get food, you act like you don't want to eat, but you know you damn well know you want to fucking eat that shit.
So idlis and kesri, have you mixed the two? Matchas are very good at impersonation. If they can't impersonate a proper actor, right, then they are not a matcha.
I am a matcha. I take full pride in being a matcha.
But I would still like a civilized man in my life.
Women are complicated.
Actually, I'm really like a proper Tamil.
Bell makes me happy.
They don't want you to be happy. They don't want me to be happy. They don't want us to be happy.
Girls, what are you doing? You know, you're making us guys so emo, you know. So anyway, my number is 9625.
It's like, they're like Rubik's Cubes. Like, what's the point?
I don't understand myself.
What's the point of the... Yeah, you finished it, and then what?
Yeah, like, you know, some days you want to step on a cat. Maybe if I married an expat, that might make me happy.
That they don't want us to have those conversations about us having those conversations about happiness, man. They don't want us to be happy, Vinny.
Honestly, yeah, women make me happy. I think we do everything for women, right?
I mean, not entirely, but I'm afraid.
Yeah, on the weekends, why not? A lot of Singaporeans can relate to this. They're not my main objective.
Because there's nothing worse than wanting to go somewhere just because you feel like a piece of ass is there, but then you get there and it's just like, you couldn't.
Yeah, I like spooning though. But what truly makes me happy, right?
I like to see people make a fool of themselves.
It is quite nice to know that, you know, those people who put in a lot of effort.
When I see people like suffering, writing essays and assignments and things like that, I actually feel quite happy.
You know, when they go into their exam and they come out with a grade that they weren't expecting, it does make me laugh a little.
Sometimes when people walk into class late as well, I feel a little bit happy because it's so embarrassing, especially when the lecture hall is really small.
Because, you know, I don't put in as much effort and sometimes I walk out with what I was looking for.
It's one of the things that sometimes I do.
Being a chibai sometimes gives me a bit of happiness. You're really going to defame me after this video. Huh?
I love pissing people off. Who doesn't? Who doesn't enjoy
Watching somebody or two people go around a pointless argument I already know the answer to.
I kicked his ass, he fell into the pool.
You want to feel like you're the king, right?
I mean, I guess you don't want to make them like angry that they want to kill you.
Like someone who has a damn clean house. Like, oh, your house pretty clean, huh? And I go in the corner and start peeling my fingernails and throwing them under the couch.
And everyone around me feels like, okay, this guy has it. This guy has it down.
As much as we would like it not to be a very materialistic society, to some extent we are.
You know, everyone's so concerned with what people think of me, what car you drive. So when I see people not giving a fuck about what other people think, that to me like makes me happy because I feel like
if there's an itch, you just relieve that itch, no matter which part, no matter how public.
I think there are ways to do it.
I do scratch my inner thighs.
And I do this with a cup of coffee in my hand because it just saves time. To do it inconspicuously in public.
There's techniques of doing it.
You just put your hand in your pocket and
that's
somehow there's a position.
Your pockets, right?
Yeah, people can see that, Vinny. People can see you scratching your balls through your pocket. It's very obvious.
No, you have to make it like you're really going through like you're reading about the Wall Street crisis or something.
There's a pleasure in relieving the itch. It's like taking a shit.
Okay, what pisses me off?
Wow, what pisses me off very...
Like, I'm very chilled, man. It's really hard for me to get pissed off.
Like meeting people's friends.
When I find out the cockroach has wings.
Slow Singaporean aunties.
Men piss me off, like really macho men, because I'm gay.
You know you're slow, you know you're slow.
I know you're trying to walk, but people are trying to walk behind you. Like,
people don't know how to use the escalators, you know. This is another thing that bothers me. Wanabe chibai.
Like Bukit Batok.
I don't understand them walking in a squat. You're not Taylor Swift's Bad Blood video, bitch. You don't need...
Our government pisses me off.
If anything happened in this city, you don't know how to move until further instructions. And even then, you won't follow the instructions!
Religion pisses me off.
You know what? Move. That will make me happy. It will make me so happy if you guys just move!
Wow, I sound like a really angry person.
Oh, ya Allah.
I feel that substance consumption is bad.
I think there are like so many laws and like rules in Singapore that
Codeine is one of the more favorite drugs to take in like Geylang and stuff like that. I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing.
it's just so restricting for like normal Singaporean.
I see a lot of empty bottles there before. I went there to eat.
okay, what pisses me off?
Nipple hair. Whoever needs that? Is when ministers who are being paid millions of dollars a year will stand up and go, I'm really hurt by what you said.
Just more and more hair growing in between my scrotum and my...
It's parliament. You know, it's parliament, dude. You're supposed to be debating things.
Hi. Yeah, that's one more thing that I don't like about people when we approach and we say hi. We don't even scold them like chi bye, that kind of thing.
That fucking pisses me off.
Hi, feel about the happiness about our people in this country.
I don't really know how to answer your question.
I don't want to generalize
Because I cannot say for like other Singaporeans about.
Singapore as a whole.
I sense a lot of them unhappy.
You see parents in the malls and they're dragging their kids around, they just look so like disgusted with their life choices.
That being said, on the surface doesn't really often reflect what is underneath.
I don't think we're really unhappy.
20, 30 years ago, we never even had to ask this question, are we happy? All of a sudden we've got to a point where, oh, I guess we're all quite comfortable, so let's ask.
We're not unhappy, we're not emotionless. We're just busy. And everyone's just got shit to do. I think it's just like an expression of the teenage Singapore.
You know why? I find that maybe a lot of people think that Singaporeans are very like emotionless, emotionless.
Because one thing, I think growing up in Singapore, you know, you're never really encouraged to show your true emotions.
Singaporean happy, we look like that. Singaporean sad, we look like that.
I think generally people are a lot more emotional than they appear to be.
And shows the most emotion through your eyes. And if your eyes are so fucking small, you can't see shit. What? How much emotion can you get from that? You see,
I think Singaporeans are a happy bunch. I just think that when it comes to surveys, we feel we have to be more serious with our answers.
However, I think it's structure. I think Singapore society is too structured.
We are always on the grid, like we're always
You go through your PSLE, you go through your
O-levels and A-levels, because that's what I did.
trying to work for something, trying to work for better grades.
Everybody goes through the same path. You always hear these lofty ideas of them saying, you know what, I'm going to Australia, there's a better life there. And I think it's because they feel that there's a bit more freedom, openness.
And then in NUS itself, I mean, they try to make it more holistic, which it is slightly, but at the end of the day, it's all about the grades, right?
I've almost wanted to like, not say stop school, I just wanted to end my life. When I started failing maths almost all the time.
I would like my kids to have more fun. I think we're lacking in fun, and fun obviously equates to happiness.
That a lot of people are working hard,
But they don't really know why they're doing what they're doing.
I went on a date with the engineer. He's completely dead inside.
At the end of the day, you're pursuing academia, but are you truly pursuing knowledge?
Yeah, so we study hard, we put in a lot of effort, we try and get good grades, but we're not exactly sure why.
And that is what I feel a lot of young Singaporeans specifically lack. They lack that freedom or that want, that thirst for knowledge basically. And I think
That might be a small cause for why there might be a bit of unhappiness amongst youth in Singapore.
if we can overcome this hurdle,
then I think we'll have a happier lot.
I think the older generation, like the aunties that you buy food from,
With a mortgage to pay, they've got their kids to raise, and not everybody's in a well-paying position.
the uncle that's collecting 10 cents at the toilet or just
70 years old, still cleaning tables at Lau Pa Sat.
they're old, and I think they make very little money.
I cannot reconcile the fact that this woman is dying and she's still working.
Not only in Singapore, but when your children get older, you don't really take care of your parents.
Like, we get to enjoy the nice restaurants, the vibrant cultural scene and all that, but the people who built Singapore, they enjoy none of that. And I think those headlines represent that side of Singapore. And that's the side of Singapore that a lot of people don't talk about.
Am I happy?
who's happy?
I would say that I am really happy.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
It's always going to be a flux.
I think everybody has a choice. You can go up or down, and I frequently choose to go up.
I can do a lot more in life.
The goal isn't really happiness. It is literally the pursuit of it.
Happiness to me, I guess, is life.
Make mistakes.
Stop fearing.
Instead of finding things that give you highs and lows.
Fearing about time, not having enough time, not having enough money.
Happiness is like not being afraid of just doing whatever the fuck you want to do.
But at age 49, I guess I've come to a point in my life where, you know what, if I've got hair there, learn to live with it, learn to deal with it. Life is short. I tell that to my sons. Life's too short to be obsessing about.
I wish I was Hawaiian though.
I've always believed that the core of the governance should be through philosophy. I think if we can agree on the whys, we can work out the what's in the hows. But if we can't, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yes, we can find happiness, but maybe if we had a chance to take a step back, breathe, we would find that, you know, it isn't just us that finds happiness. I think we'd come to learn that maybe it's happiness that finds us.
It's kind of like grooving. You don't necessarily force it, it just takes over.
Nu vill jag aldrig att en känsla ska försvinna. Jag har aldrig trott på kärlek vid första ögonkastet. Men så fort jag såg dig så var det kört med snacket. Jag vill börja om och lämna allt.
Just let it go. Somehow, it comes right back at you. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.
Jag kommer skriva om oss en dag. Som Romeo och Juliet och kärlek är som luraren. Men ändå stannar man kvar. Som Tristan och Isolde. För stjärnorna vi sålde. Jag är för evigt ensam. Odödlig, odödlig.
good food, good life, good memories. You feel good? You feel good, Chair? Happy New Year! 恭喜恭喜！turn到的墙，turn到，turn. She don't understand. I tried to tong twice. Tong. Sometimes in life.